Jayson Tatum is a game time decision to return tonight in Boston versus the Dallas Mavericks. It is only 298 days since Tatum suffered a non-contact injury to his right Achilles on May 12th, 2025. So I went to Google Gemini and looked up some stats and got some data on some of the current players that are dealing with the injury or have dealt with the injury and returned, and one Hall of Famer that Tatum is being compared to with such a quick turnaround. All right, so I went to Google Gemini to do a little bit of research, and here is what I found. The typical timeline to return for NBA players for an Achilles injury is 9 to 12 months. With just 298 days since the injury, if Tatum returns tonight, it'll be just under 10 months that he took to return from this injury since his surgery. I believe he suffered the injury on May 12th and he had the surgery on May 13th, so the very next day. So that was obviously pretty beneficial for him as well. So look at some of the players that have suffered the injury, returned to NBA action, and some players that are currently still dealing with that injury. Kevin Durant injured his Achilles June 2019 and returned December of 2020. That was 556-day timeline. Klay Thompson injured his Achilles November 2020 and returned January 2022, which was just shorter of Kevin Durant. It was only 415 days. Now, in comparison, I think Tatum has a much stronger body. He's more physically capable than Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is typically just an outside shooter. He's not going to be somebody that's going to be down in the paint, dunking over people aggressively. That's just not his game. Now, Kevin Durant has the length to and the ball handling skills to get to the paint down low, but his frame is a lot smaller than Jayson Tatum. Since Jayson Tatum is a much larger player than both those players, maybe that contributed to his quick turnaround. Now, some players that are still dealing with the injury are Tyrese Halliburton for the Pacers and Damian Lillard. Halliburton injured himself June 2025. I believe this was in the playoffs, maybe even the NBA Finals, I believe. He's expected to return 2026. And Damian Lillard injured himself May 2025 and expected to return this year as well. Now, last point I want to hit on. The quick turnaround from Jayson Tatum, if he does indeed return tonight. Some folks are comparing him ridiculously better and more advanced since 1992, since the 90s. So that's really crazy. He was absolutely a freak athlete to be able to return just 283 days after this Achilles injury back in 1992. So what do you guys think? Do you think Tatum is destined to return tonight in Boston versus the Mavericks, or you think Celtics will be a little bit more cautious and let him sit on the side a little bit longer? If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be posting more videos like this as often as I possibly can. I'll see you guys on the next one.